Hi there, I'm Jenny from Go Health and Fitness, and today I want to share with you my #1 strategy for getting healthy habits into your life. So for years I've been saying to people that just go and give it 10 when they tell me they don't have time to go to the gym or to do any workouts. Give it 10 is all about doing just 10 repetitions or even just 10 seconds, or preferably if you have time, 10 minutes of little things every day that will get you feeling healthy, feeling strong, and potentially changing the whole course of your life from going down this route to the 1 or 2% that Give It 10 is going to introduce to your life to ending up in a whole new destination. So as I said, Give It 10 is perhaps taking 10 deep breaths when you're feeling a little bit stressed, perhaps doing 10 press-ups on the kitchen counter while the kettle's boiling, perhaps it's going for a 10-minute walk at lunchtime, perhaps it's just staying quiet and doing a 10-minute meditation, starting the day with a 10-minute meditation, ending the day with a 10-minute meditation. Perhaps it's doing 10 squats while you're cleaning your teeth. Perhaps it's doing 10 pelvic floor crunches while you're sat at the traffic lights. Perhaps it's squeezing your butt cheeks 10 times when you're on the computer every day. Perhaps it's doing any number of things that's going to take your life on a whole different route. However, I've been saying Give It 10 to people for years and years and years, and a lot of people do it. Check me out on Instagram, Give It 10 Jen. But most people tell me they get into bed at the end of the day and perhaps they've got things racing through their mind and they think, oh, I didn't do any exercise today. Oh, I was going to do that Give It 10 thing. They completely forget. So we all have very good intentions, but quite often we absolutely forget what we mean to do. And that's where the habit formation strategy comes into play. It's all very well telling people to do things, to exercise, to eat healthily, to move more, to think clearer, to meditate, all this stuff. But of course our days are so busy and we're so caught up in the little habit things that we've created, that the habit sort of ways that we live our life that we've created over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, that we forget to do new habits that we want to introduce. So today I'm going to introduce you to the Give It 10 strategy to habit formation. And it's got to be 10, right? Everything about me is 10. Keep it super simple with 10. So we're talking about give it, and not 10, which is the 10 repetitions, which absolutely I want you to keep doing. But today we're thinking about the T, the E, and the N. And we're going to end that with a big exclamation mark there. Okay, so what does this mean? T stands for trigger. It's really important, if you want to introduce a healthy habit into your life, is to think, what's the trigger to make me do that? What am I already doing in my life that could be a trigger to help me to remember to do a Give It 10? So if the trigger is cleaning your teeth, when you're cleaning your teeth, cleaning your teeth is a trigger. That you can then stand on one leg, do 10 squats, do some lunges, do some pelvic floor things. But the cleaning your teeth is the trigger. Boiling the kettle is the trigger. Getting up from your desk to go for a wee is the trigger. Going for a wee, and when you finish, when you close the door, closing the door to the bathroom could be the trigger. Okay, something specific that will remind you to do something. Going for your morning coffee, literally as you stand up from your desk, as you approach the bottom of the stairs could be the trigger to walk up and down the stairs 10 times before you actually get to where you're going. So what could the trigger be for you? Okay, that's really important. But it takes all of these elements to get the habit into your life. So T is the trigger. E is easy. We have got to make something super easy for us to be able to do it. But remember, of course, if it's easy to do, it's easy also not to do. So how are we going to make this habit super easy? So I tell people to give it 10, do 10 repetitions or 10 seconds or 10 minutes. How about doing 1 second or 1 repetition or just 1 minute? How would whatever you want to do look if it was super, super easy? 1 press up, 1 squat, 1 pelvic floor, 1 minute meditation, 1 deep cleansing breath. Make it super easy. Do it super easy for a week or for a month or longer until you get this habit ingrained, and then you can gradually, once you remember to do it, when you boil the kettle, I'm going to do 1 press up. Start with 1 and then you can build on that. I'm not saying you have to do 10 straight away. 10 is just a strategy as well. Start with 1. Start with easy, okay? Next comes the N for need. Okay, we need to tell ourselves why we think we need to do this stuff. Now, for me, anything and everything in health and fitness, whether it's doing my squats or my breathing or my meditation exercises, or my meditation or my back rehab exercises or whatever, I need to do them because I want to stay fit and healthy into my old age. I want to be able to, hopefully when I have them one day, is pick up my grandchildren. I want to be able to play with my kids now when we go on holiday. I need to be the mum who's out there doing stuff, not the one who sat there drinking coffee, wondering why they don't have time to go to the gym and lose weight. I want to be the one who is getting involved, okay? So for me, my need is wanting to stay young, to stay active, to stay physically strong and fit, to live my best possible life. Okay, at the moment, I need to do more squats and lunges because I'm off skiing this year. So that is my need now. My give it 10s are all around my lower body and my leg and my core strength. But for years, I've been working on my back health because I've suffered some disc prolapses in the past. So my need has been to rehab my back. My need at the moment is for skiing. My need in general is to stay fit and healthy. What does the need look like for you? Why do you want to stay fit and healthy? I still want to be wiping my own bum when I'm 90, 100 years old. That's a big need for me. What's going to happen down the line? I want to be doing stuff now to make sure I'm in a good place when I'm older. Anyway, whatever that looks like for you, have a think about it. Okay, but finally, we've got this exclamation mark, which might seem a little bit random, okay? This is super, super important. Can you see that down there? La, la, la. Not that you really need to see an exclamation mark. Everyone knows what an exclamation mark looks like. Anyhow, so the exclamation mark stands for celebration. It's really, really important that when you do something for yourself and you want to establish a habit and make it something you do every day or every time or several times a day even, that you celebrate doing this action. So, for example, you've got up in the morning, you've had a shower, and for me, I always do, it started off as 10 seconds, it's actually now a couple of minutes. I blast my body with cold water at the end of the shower, okay? And one of the ways I've managed to establish that habit in my life is after every cold shower, not only do I feel great, but I kind of give myself a little yes, remember to do it. So the exclamation is a celebration. So what would you do right now if you bought a scratch card and you won £100,000 on a scratch card, or you won the lottery, or something fantastic happened? How would you react? What I want you to do right now is just imagine you've won the lottery. What would you do? Would you be, yes? Would you be happy dance? Would you be high-fiving yourself in the mirror? Would you be running around hugging people? Obviously the lottery win's a big thing. But think about how you celebrate, because when we celebrate, we get a little dopamine hit in the brain, okay? Now, we are all totally addicted to dopamine, and you'll know this. This is why on Netflix we can't but help to watch the next episode of the program, of the series that we're watching, why we're all addicted to social media and scrolling, why we all do things that we have, why we have another biscuit and we can't just have one of the packet. That dopamine hit is really, really powerful. So we want to be releasing dopamine. Dopamine is released when we celebrate, even if initially it feels a little bit false, that you're like, yay, I did my little habit, I did my thing. It might be a little bit false, but your body doesn't know that. The brain doesn't know that. All it knows is that you've done a celebration, you've smiled, you've high-fived yourself, you've done a happy dance. It goes, oh, she did something, he did something, and it releases it, and we like that. We like that she's celebrating, so it must be something good. So there we go, let's have a little bit of dopamine in there. And we get addicted to that. So it sounds a bit daft, it sounds a bit weird, but believe me, if you keep celebrating these little wins, your brain starts to encourage you to remember to do them, because it likes that little hit of dopamine. So when we're forming habits that we want to maintain beyond the next 30-day challenge or crazy HIIT routine that you're doing for a random amount of time, I'm talking, and I'm all about healthy habits for lifelong health. Okay, and this is where this strategy comes in. This is where give it 10, do 10 repetitions, 10 seconds, 10 minutes, and give it 10. What's the trigger to do the activity? How are we going to make it super easy? Why do we need to do it? and let's give ourselves a celebration, because at the end of the day, we're celebrating because we're giving ourselves a reward. You know, we're giving ourselves the opportunity to have a longer, healthier, happier life. Right, that's it for me for today. Thank you for joining me. I'm Give It 10 Jen, and I'll see you again soon. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.